Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I am very excited, very honored to be here with a new friend here on YouTube. I have my buddy Giggens. Giggens, say hello.
Hi.
If you don't know Giggens, you should, especially those of you that love, music from the 60s and 70s. Giggens is a big fan, obviously, of the Beach Boys. If you know anything about him, that is his. That's what he hones in on, and he has a lot of cool connections in the Beach Boys community. He also talks about a lot of new artists that you might not know about. He does a lot of power pop talk. He loves his 60s stuff, just like a lot of us do. And I know, yeah, you've done some album reviews recently that I've really enjoyed. A lot of artists that nobody else talks about that I like.
Thanks, man.
So, Giggens, I'm very excited to have you here. Thanks for joining me.
I'm stoked to be here, dude. Yeah, I've been digging your channel too, and it's I just love meeting cool creators that want to talk about music and have a good time. So I'm stoked.
Yeah, I do too, and it's been great. We mutually met. I have to mention Larry Graves, Canadian Stud Muffin, was kind of who brought us together on a stream probably about a month ago or so.
Yeah.
And shortly after that, I reached out to you, and I was like, hey, let's do something. So I think I saw one of your social media posts or something where you had shown I think it was a Michael Nesmith record or something that you were playing. And I'm a big Nesmith fan. Kind of merging into our topic here. I'm a big Michael Nesmith fan. I was kind of more of a Nesmith fan before I moved into like a deep cut Monkees fan.
Ooh.
And yeah, just a massive fan of his work, and now obviously a big fan of the Monkees. And as you can tell by the title of the video, which what we're doing here, we're going to talk about our 10 favorite Monkees songs or 10 favorite Monkees songs. There's a lot of them. For those of you that kind of throw the Monkees away as just a bubblegum, kid band, you're really missing out on a lot of good pop tunes, a lot of good hooks and melodies. And we'll probably talk about that as we break down some of these songs here first. But Giggens, I want to hear for just a minute or two, kind of give me your backstory with the Monkees, because again, obviously you're a Beach Boys guy, 60s guy. But tell me how the Monkees kind of fell into the mix.
Yeah, no, I grew up with the oldies radio station, and they always played some of the big hits. They always played Last Train to Clarksville, Valerie, She, Theme from the Monkees. So I grew up with a lot of the big hits, and then it would be on TV Land. Back in the day, I'm a '90s kid, so it was on in the '90s back in those days, and I would watch it on there. And then eventually on YouTube, they start popping up, and that was fun. And I always just love the idea of a bunch of dudes living together at this fancy Malibu beach house, trying to play rock and roll and trying to make it and never making it, but doing their best, and all the hijinks they got into, and all the crazy Marx Brothers-esque comedy and just the over-the-top drama. Like, they were really funny. So I think for me, it was like, I want to be in a band. I want to be like that. They're having a great time. They have their own car. Come on.
Yeah.
I thought that was rad. I discovered, their music as a kid, and I started getting to their actual albums probably in high school, maybe, or before that, And More of the Monkees, I think, is still my favorite record from them. I love that one a lot. It's like, it's early, but it's just starting to get a little interesting. It's their second album. But yeah, no, it's a band that I think is super misunderstood and has way more to offer than what people sort of, I guess, perceive them as. And they deserve to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and taken seriously. And culturally significant piece of 60s history is the Monkees and what it means to be in a rock band, and what rock and roll has sort of spoken to since then, and the sort of pantheon of what we accept as pop music. But yeah, long-winded answer. Yeah, I like the Monkees.
Hey, I like the Monkees as a solid, short and sweet answer. If you ever were in a pinch there, no. I'm kind of in a different boat, and people that have followed my channel a little bit know that I kind of fell into the Monkees later, actually, as a result of YouTube and some of the friends that I gained over YouTube. I was a Michael Nesmith fan kind of first, and then, obviously I knew the hits. When I was in college, we had a used book fair in our library on campus. And they had a few CDs, and one of the CDs they had was the Monkees' Greatest Hits that Rhino had put out in the late '90s, early 2000s.
White cover one?
No, the one with the four guys, kind of a yellow stripe
Oh
background.
yeah, yep, I know that.
Um,
Yeah.
so it went all the way up to a couple of the that was then, this is now kind of
Right.
era songs, and yeah, listening to that song, obviously I knew, Daydream Believer, I'm a Believer. I didn't really know much else from that, from the band, and then I started listening to Mary Mary and Stepping Stone and Pleasant Valley Sunday, and a couple of those songs that I knew a little bit about.
Mhm.
Um, Star Collector, like songs that I was like, okay, they're a little bit different than what I was expecting them to be. Just like a one hit, two hit wonder.
Right.
Uh, and so going from that, they had the reunion in 2016 with Good Times, which is my personal favorite Monkees album.
Great album. Yep.
And I can talk about that in a little bit, but hearing that, then going back, really diving into Michael Nesmith's solo stuff
Mhm.
was just so great, and then collecting all the stuff now on vinyl. And I'll ask you about this too, but my one and only time seeing any kind of configuration of the Monkees was late 2021, I think October of 21. It was the Mike and Mickey show, like the farewell Mike and Mickey show. And I saw them in Knoxville in Tennessee, and Mike would pass away about a month later.
Yeah, that's one of his live
But
shows. Yeah.
hearing, I mean, his voice was still great. I mean, hearing him hit that big note on Circle Sky and that kind of stuff, I was just like, that's fantastic. So I got to see Mike and Mickey in 2021. I'm very grateful that I got to see Mike,
Yeah.
especially before he passed. But I do know that you just recently saw a Monkees connection. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure when this will air, but last night or 2 nights ago, I don't know what day it is. Recently, I saw Mickey in concert, and I never thought I'd see him either. And he put on an amazing show. His sister Coco sings with him, and she was great. And they had a bunch of great pictures of them in the '60s, like singing in the studio together, which is super cool. But he sang a bunch of cover songs that were like the context of the stories he was telling. So we did some Beatles songs. He sang an Elton John song, Buffalo Springfield, and then all the big Monkees hits that you want to hear. And his voice was still super sharp. He was funny. He was doing his monkey thing. Like
Yeah.
it was everything you'd hope to see from a Mickey Dolenz show. So yeah, I missed out on all the other shows over the years with Peter and Nesmith, but really lucky I got to see at least Mickey.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful show.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, again, underrated voice in rock and roll, and one of those few guys from the '60s that can still hold his own vocally. And he doesn't go on stage, and you don't really feel sorry for him like some of the guys that go out now. It's like,
Oh man, he like
but
every song was in the original key at the original speed. Like nothing was changed, nothing was fixed. He just got up there and rocked for like 2 hours. It was cool,
yeah, yeah, Mickey's great. Yeah, and seeing him with Mike was, same kind of thing. Hearing those songs and doing the whole shtick and everything was great.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
so the kind of the meat and potatoes here of the episode, we have over the last couple of days have gone through 10 songs as a list. We've got a few honorable mentions. Again, the Monkees have probably a larger output than you might think if you're just a fan of just the hits. The Monkees have several albums that you probably have never heard of.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm interested. I'll let you go first. Give me a few honorable mentions that didn't make the cut, or just some songs that you think people should hear about.
Well, as we were starting the show here, I had about 25 songs listed, and I was like, "This is tough," because like they have so many great songs. So I cut out a ton of stuff that I loved. But as far as other songs that are still on my list, like past the 10, I've got Shades of Grey sitting there. It's a wonderful song, but it's probably my top 10. But I'm trying to be picky here. So Shades
Yeah,
of Grey. I got Words, which is one of my favorites. That's chilling on the top 12. Pleasant Valley Sunday is in the top like 13. So it's like, how do you pick 10 core songs? Like I never do list videos because I suck at it, and this proves that I'm terrible at it. But those are some of my outsider ones. But what about you?
yeah. Shades of Grey is also in my. They're hanging out outside the party. They didn't
Yeah,
quite make it in, but yeah, I love Shades of Grey. I love that Peter has a vocal in it.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I actually have Going Down. That's another big hit that didn't make the list, with Mickey doing almost like a scat vocal. I love that.
Yeah.
Um, A deep cut. I love the song "Pillow Time." That I think Mickey's mother had written as a lullaby for him and Coco as kids. "Oh My" from Changes. The opening track is just a kind of a hip psych kind of tune. Valerie is a great Davy vocal. So yeah, I've got a handful there. Again, I had a bunch written down too, and I was scratching them off as I was going to hone in on this list. So again, we have 10 songs. You can do what you want with them in terms of ranking, but I'm interested to hear. We'll go back and forth with our number 10 slot here and just kind of go down till we get to number 1. So Giggins, give me number 10.
Oh God. Realistically, any of these songs would be number 1 for me. So I kind of I'm gonna just be real picky about this. Number 10, I'm gonna throw "Mary Mary" at number 10.
Okay.
A Monkees original, and it's got one of the coolest guitar leads in the 60s. That percussive element with the shakers and the tambourine is so infectious. Mickey is just on fire with this song, and I think you can hear the excitement knowing that they wrote this. Like Mike wrote this one, it's like wow, this is an in-house. Like, look at the talent that we have,
Yeah.
and early on too. That's a pretty early song, but yeah, I mean that obviously got famously done in the '80s again with it was Run DMC did that?
Run DMC. Yep.
But man, that's a hell of a track. Yeah, "Mary Mary."
Great tune. Yeah, great garage rock.
Yeah.
For me, and you're gonna see my list leans very heavy in Michael Nesmith as I mentioned. So number 10 for me is gonna be "Tapioca Tundra" from the Birds and the Bees.
I know.
Which is just like this crazy, distorted vocal from Mike, and like that hook at the every chorus. "It cannot be a part of me because now it's part of you," which I think he wrote, and I think the story is they were in Hawaii and they talked about playing live on their first tour, and it was this idea of you had the 4 guys on stage, but the audience provided essentially like a 5th voice to the group. And so that was kind of a result of that big tour that they did when they were in Hawaii. And then Mike and Mickey would do it in the kind of a new arrangement later on in life. But it's got that great kind of, birdsy kind of guitar, that bound, down, down, down. It's kind of like Feel a Whole Lot Better by the Byrds.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Tapioca Tundra, it's got a little bit of psych. It's got some great melody, and Mike is just too cool on it. So that's my number 10.
Yeah, that was also on my original 8,000 song list. Yeah, I love that song, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so my number 9 now.
Yeah.
Circle Sky. One of the coolest rock riffs, and especially the version from the Head movie where it's rocking. They were really on something with that one, and Mike's vocal on that one, he just soars on that, man. He's everyone's just feeling it. It's just a groove of a song, and I love that they were doing it later on in life too, like on the Mike and Mickey record.
Yeah.
I'm back here somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Circle Sky, and also I love the Just Us version. That one's cool.
Yeah.
Too.
With a little bit of different lyrics.
Yeah. 90s vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, like I said, it was great to hear that live, and Mike, in his late 70s, still hitting the same note. It was just incredible.
So good.
So I'm going to jump now to my favorite record by the Monkees, Good Times, the reunion album. And I'm going to go with She Makes Me Laugh, which I think was one of the singles that they released from here.
Yeah, Rivers.
And the Rivers Cuomo tune from Weezer, but just a great, poppy tune with Mickey on the vocal. And just like that, I love that build up, where he's no matter whatever else I do, she's still the girl I should hold on to. And they build it up, and he's got that big vocal. Plus you have, any album that has Adam Schlesinger's fingerprints on it is going to be a fun album, even if it's, if you're a fan of power pop or anything, Adam Schlesinger, rest in peace. But She Makes Me Laugh, just a great summary, tune from 2016.
Many years ago, I want to say 21 or 22, the Monkees Instagram account was looking for covers. I did a cover of that song. They posted it on their page, which was super.
Oh,
yeah. That's one of my favorites as well. So I'll put that at my, I guess, number 8. She Makes Me Laugh. I'll join you on that.
Cool.
Because just the phrasing on that one is cool. It's kind of bouncy. It's kind of calm and like timid, but also like cozy during the verses. And the chorus is so explosive. It's a classic Monkees. And you know, there's like there's something about these like 60s chord combinations that music doesn't have anymore, where like each section of the song was its own hook. And just waiting for the chorus to happen. Like you're invested the whole time. And that's one of those tracks. So good on Rivers, but Mickey does a great vocal on that one. So love
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
awesome. All right, number 8. I think you mentioned it in your honorable mentions. This is probably the biggest hit that I have on my list, I should say. But from this album, which is a lot of people's favorite, Pleasant Valley Sunday.
Mm,
Again, just the fantastic Carole King tune. I like her version. There's a couple of
yeah.
versions of hers that trickle around. She used to do it live when she was touring,
Yeah.
but kind of has that great, late '60s sound. Kind of has this idealistic view of an American neighborhood, charcoal burning everywhere, rows of houses that are just very suburban, but
Mhm.
also very boring. And kids in the '60s, that was boring. White picket fence was not for them. But yeah, Pleasant Valley Sunday. And I should say, and I'm sure you're excited too, we're getting an announcement for this here in about a week or two.
Pretty
I
soon.
think October the 6th, I think was the teaser. So
Yep.
should be getting a box set for this, which I'm very excited about, of
Super.
Pisces Aquarius. Yeah. So Pleasant Valley Sunday, number 8.
Yeah, that should have been in my top 10 as well, but it's just impossible to do this.
Yeah.
Um, my old band used to cover that song. There's a good video of us jamming it. All right, so we're at 7 now.
7, yeah.
Oh God, I'm gonna throw. What am I doing hanging around? Which
Mm.
is, that hurts to say so low on the list, but
Also for this album. Yeah.
yeah, same record. Yeah, I love that. I love Mike's storytelling vocal. He's got a great knack for like laying in the pocket really comfortably, and like you believe every word that he says. Like, oh yeah, he definitely went on that train. He went somewhere else and met this girl, had to leave. Like you believe every second of it. But I love that chorus, especially the way San Antonio. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. What am I doing? Hang around. There you go.
Sweet song.
Yeah.
Number 7. Let's keep it. Let's keep it with Papa Nez here. I'm gonna go again. An underappreciated album is from the. It was the last Nesmith album that he was on during their initial run. From Present, it's gonna be the song "Listen to the Band," which is the first Michael Nesmith Monkees tune I heard. It was on that Greatest Hits
Oh
that I was
wow.
talking about earlier. It was the only Nesmith tune on that Greatest Hits that he sang, which is hard to
Wow.
believe. And there was like 25 songs on that record, but
It's a big
you
CD.
know
Yeah.
you need the cute monkey and you need Mickey on that record to sell. So Mike wasn't going to cut it, but listen to the band, which he would do later with the First National Band,
Hmm.
kind of a slower version, more countrified with the steel guitar, but it's got that great Hey Hey Mercy Woman, which when he did it when doing the Mike and Mickey show, he just did it almost a cappella, very slow at the beginning, and then when he hit that first listen to the band, and then everybody would come in, it was just like, yeah, Mike, you
Yeah.
tell us, we're listening. But
Yeah.
listen to the band, kind of one of the last great Monkees tunes of their initial run, because you would on this album you didn't have any hits, you wouldn't have any hits on Changes or Just Us or really Good Times for that matter, in the traditional sense. But yeah, listen to the band was kind of the last big Monkees hit. So there you go.
I'm gonna throw "Listen to the Band" on my next as well, because those bombastic horns when they come in to suck you in, and he was a sucker at just as I am for descending melody lines. Circle
Yeah,
Sky, listen to the dan dan dan. He loves that cascading rhythm kind of thing. It's a very Nesmith trait. But his vocals again, they're so smooth and cool, and then he lets the band explode. And that song should have been a bigger hit for them. It really should be more remembered. Obviously, if you're a Monkees fan, you appreciate
yeah,
it. Um, yeah, I remember discovering that on that Greatest Hits CD. It was a white CD with a red
yeah,
logo on the front. I remember being like, "What is this song? This is really cool," But yeah, listen to the band is yeah, it almost is like an MO at that point in time in their career. It's like, please listen to us. Please, we're serious. Please stick
yeah.
around. the show's over, but
The show's canceled. Yeah, Head is over. Yeah.
yeah, like we're still making music. So yeah, listen to the band. I'll throw that at my number, whatever we're on.
That's, I guess that'll be your 6
Six,
technically.
I guess. Yeah.
I think that was when I think that's when he like kind of left and went to Nashville and did a lot of recording there. A lot of the early songs for that first National Band record, because he would put that album out shortly after Present.
I love that album.
But well, I'm gonna stick again to the same record. This was the opening song that Mike and Mickey played when I saw them, and I just became a huge fan. That's Good Clean Fun from this album, which I
Wow.
love.
Jeez.
It's a great tune, and then especially, I mean, obviously Mike had this, for a long time was in and out of the Monkees. People, he showed up for the the Pull It tour, the what was it, the 25th anniversary tour, and then he would leave. Like he would just come, he would like sit in for a couple of songs once or twice,
Yeah.
and then like even like the Just Us tour, he kind of said, "Yeah, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna bail," and that kind of caused issues with him and Davey. But but then he would come back and do Good Clean Fun, and then there's that line where he says, "I told you I'd come back. Now here I am." That would always just get this great applause, and he did it, even as he was, sick and old. That last tour, he said, "I told you I'd come back. Now here I am." He did that Texas drawl, and it's like, yeah, he's back. But yeah, I love Good Clean Fun. Such a great kind of country sounding pop tune. It's fantastic. So that's my number 6.
Somebody's got to save that Texas Prairie Chicken.
They do. That's right.
So we're in the top 5 now.
Yeah, this is number 5 for you.
Good Lord. Well, this no. Number 5, doing Oh My.
Ooh, yeah.
Off of the Changes record, an underrated record.
Yeah.
Even though it's just a duo Monkees album, that song is so groovy and so chill. It has some excellent guitar lines, and Mickey doing some great vocal ad-libs and really laying into it. There's some great background vocals. The song just rocks the whole way through, but it's sly and cool at the same time. That's a groover. Like, if you ever heard Oh My, you have to check that one out. That's a Monkees deep cut that, again, should have been a massive hit for them, but
yeah,
it was too late at that point.
I think they did a fine job with Changes, because it's kind of like a patchwork quilt of like old songs they recorded way back in '66, some of them, and then him and Davey, filling out the contract. I mean, even the cover, they airbrushed Mike out of the cover.
I know.
So it's probably the worst Monkees cover of the original. But anyway, that's a great tune. That was in my honorable mentions. Number 5 for me, talking about that descending melody, I've got to go with Circle Sky from Head. That great bonk, 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 and then he gets that whoo, and then it just kicks into it. And like you said, the superior version is the Monkees in their white suits doing that live.
So cool, man.
I would love to have that concert, because I think with that concert, because they knew Mike had to hit those big notes, the Monkees gave like a mini concert, but like half the songs were Nez tunes.
Yeah,
because he was having to warm up his vocals to get to the Circle Sky, so it was a killer vocal.
Yeah,
but just a fantastic tune. Like I said, hearing it live, that was just pure bliss to hear Circle Sky from Nez. But yeah, it's easily a top 5 for me. Sometimes it's my number 1, and at this point, these are all number 1s. But I love Circle Sky.
Rockin' tune, man.
So.
All right, top 4. All right, I'm gonna do.
She's moving in with Rico.
I'm gonna do She at number 5. Number 5.
4.
4.
Yeah.
She. Great Mickey vocal, awesome background vocals. That chorus where he hangs on each line really well, and really jumpy bits. Dun 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 dun. Hey. I mean, I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, She, love that one. Opening up for the Monkees, first song on the record. Yeah,
and then some great organ playing in that too. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It always, like, I love the cover of More of the Monkees. I know that the guys didn't care for it, especially Nez. It was like a JC Penney ad and all that. But I think they look. I would wear any of those suits.
Yeah,
now.
They look great.
It's a great kind of like the Rubber Soul looking cover.
Right. Right.
Um,
Yeah.
it's great. All right. Again, people like to rag on this album. I don't. It's sometimes it's my number two favorite. But I'm gonna go back to Head and pick Porpoise Song.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
because again, that great, especially the, I mean, it's just a great opener to this, and just like this, like trippy, like whoa, that's not the monk. Those aren't the Monkees that were singing "Daydream Believer." Like, um, Mickey's got this like very ethereal type voice. Then Davey comes in with like the hook. The porpoise is laughing. Hits that high note as only he could. But now Mickey, when he does this song, I don't know if he did it when you saw him.
No.
But he's still he hits that note now that Davey was hitting, and it's just it's a Carole King song. Again, she was great at that kind of trippy '60s Laurel Canyon kind of sound, and yeah, Porpoise Song is just it's fantastic. And again, for the flaws that Head might have, which I like.
Mm.
Porpoise Song just smooths out so much on this record, so I've got to go with it for number 4.
Yeah, that was on my list as well. What a dreamy, weird, atmospheric song. And this, whenever you think of that song, you think of them jumping off the bridge in the movie. But it's like,
Yep.
yeah, that single completely stiff. That was the beginning of the end with that one. That went absolutely nowhere. All right, top 3.
Number 3.
All right, Valerie at number 3. Incredible guitar playing. Like, how the hell? This is before computers. Like, this is like some dude playing that.
Yeah.
It's insane. Actually, when I saw them the other night, the guitarist they had was playing that riff, and I'm like, that is insane to watch this guy just shred.
Yeah.
Davies, one of Davies' most rocking songs.
Yeah.
And I love the way he holds the notes. And this was a song they had hanging around for a while too. There was an original version from a couple of years before it eventually ended up coming out.
Yep.
But another one with big bombastic horns, a great guitar line. The drama on it is just fantastic. You get kind of wrapped up in the storytelling of this one too, but just an infectious song and super catchy. So Valerie.
Yeah. I would definitely say, yeah, Valerie's my favorite. The spoiler, it's my favorite Davy Jones tune.
Nice.
It's, it was on my honorable mention, so that should tell you something that Davy, unfortunately. But anyway, number 3, I'm gonna. You had brought it up, I think, earlier in your list. I think it made your actual top 10. Again, back to Pisces with "What Am I Doing Hanging Around?"
Yeah.
The Michael Martin Murphey tune, who was a good friend of Nez growing up. I mean, excuse me, when they were coming up in showbiz, and obviously he would go on to have his own hit. He had the big song "Wildfire" about the horse in the '70s.
Yeah.
But they were playing together. I think like they played together with the Troubadour. They were kind of back and forth with one another. They were singing each other's songs before the other one was famous.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a fantastic country rock tune. I mean, and only Nesmith could have done it. But yeah, I mean, you talked about it earlier, so I won't bore people with it. But I love that song. And again, another great one that I got to hear Nez sing, which I'm so happy I got to hear it.
Yeah, that would have been pretty damn cool to see that.
Yeah.
All right, so down to the last 2 here, huh?
Yeah.
This is impossible. This is the hardest list. This might be harder than a Beach Boys list, honestly. Number 2, I'm gonna put "For Pete's Sake."
Ooh, okay.
The ending closing video song on their show at the end credits. Peter wrote this one. I like that. What we gotta be is free. There's a lot of peace and love kind of moments on that song, which he was all about, which we should all be about.
Yeah.
And it's just a groovy little track, some good guitar lines, really good drums, and Makita sounds fantastic on it, and it reminds me of the show. It's one of those, like, you watch the show, you look forward to that, and then the ending thing happens, their faces come up, and
their faces, yeah.
Cool, I've completed the Monkees for today. Like, it's it feels good. So that's my number 2, I guess, as of this millisecond on Earth.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's got Peter written all over it. And you imagine those images of Peter with like the headband on and his flowers and everything. His necklace.
Yeah.
But yeah, love it. Number 2 for me is often my number 1. It flips. But my first and only entry from the debut. And again, if you follow my list so far. You can probably guess what it is. It's Papa Jean's Blues.
Jeez,
And
and two. Wow.
that's Papa Jean with a G, not the J. That's
Right.
often you know. But yeah, I mean, just a great tune. I mean, you have the Mike and Mickey record. They kind of talk about, this is an album that that was a song that he did early before
Yeah.
the Monkees.
Right.
When he wrote for the Stone Ponies with different drum. That was pre-Monkees.
Yeah.
He played the Troubadour, and he played this song at the Troubadour, before his audition with the Monkees. So that song had been cooking a little bit with Nez, but and there were early versions that are a little bit slower, but they made it poppy. It's less than 2 minutes long, but just a fantastic song with so many quick lyrics. When I occasionally play gigs solo, that's one of the couple of Monkey songs that I throw in there is Papa Jean's Blues.
That's cool.
But it's got that great, I love you and I know you love me. Just, great simple lyric, but it's fun. And yeah, it's my favorite from the debut. And yeah, second favorite Monkees tune as of September 30th, 25.
Another great song with lots of percussive elements underneath it. It's a constantly shaking song. It's a really cool song.
And a great intro, with that guitar. And I think that little ting, sound, that kind of buzzer sound. And then obviously, play it Magic Fingers and you got that great solo. So, all right. Throw me a song for number one here.
So it's funny putting this list together because I had the same thing. I was like, wow, there's a lot of Nez on this list. I knew I liked him, but I didn't realize how much I did till I started putting this together. And again, ask me tomorrow, I'll have 10 different songs. But as of right now, I think You Just May Be the One. It might be my number one.
Very good.
That whole start-stop Bo Diddley kind of rhythm is really cool. And another sort of euphoric, joyful chorus. And then the bridge sections where they hold out those notes really well, and it just moves really. It's a cool moving song. Yeah, they played that the other night. The group was playing. Then Mickey went out to get a drink or something. They came back and sang with the other guys who were singing that song. They had pictures of Mike in his big cowboy hat and his beard and stuff, and it was just damn, that's a good song.
Yeah.
So that's always been one of my favorites, and I think as of right now, ask me in 10 minutes, it won't be the same, but You Just May Be the One, number one.
That's great, and that's from Headquarters, so you got the Monkees playing on it as well.
Yep.
And I think the story is that they all it was always misheard as Old Bimbus, but they would say all men must,
right.
And so Mickey was like, it's Old Bimbus, and the way that Mickey would say it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, there's long notes at the end. It's got a mix of kind of a country feel, but it's very much it could have probably fit on the Beatles' Help album with I've Just Seen a Face or any of those songs.
Yeah, sure. I see that.
But yeah, great tune. Number one for me has been my number one. Again, Papa Jean's Blues is Papa Jean's Blues is my favorite of the original Monkees records. But this is I think it's just a masterclass in songwriting. I think it's beautiful harmony. I love it. It's going to be Me and Magdalena.
I know. That was on my list too. Yeah.
Written by Ben Gibbard of Death Cab for Cutie. And you listen to it, you hear that just very faint piano. You're like, okay, that definitely sounds like a Death Cab tune.
Yeah.
It could have been on Plans or Narrow Stairs or something. But just to hear Mike and Mickey hit those harmonies. I know, I think Mickey said that he really wanted to sing the lead on it, but they probably were like, well, Nez has agreed to, join the reunion, so we better give it to Nez. And again, so thankful to hear them. I know he did it with Coco last night, and that's what he's been doing as a duet. But to hear him and Nez do it was just that was the most special moment for me of that show 4 years ago. And if you haven't heard Good Times, the album, listen to it. But if you listen to one song, for me, listen to Me and Magdalena. It's a beautiful ballad, and those two guys who at that point have been singing together for 50 years on and off. It's again, bliss. That's the word I keep using, but I love it. It's my favorite Monkees song, Me and Magdalena.
What's funny, when I made the list, that was the first song I wrote down, was that song.
Really?
I love that song. It's so beautiful. It's so poignant. It's so moving. And I remember getting the Mike and Mickey Show album and playing the record, and they do that song on the album. I mean, like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Like, this song was really something special, and like watching him singing with Coco was also really really cool because like their voices worked so well together. But
Yeah.
all I could think of was like it's like him and Nez doing it, and I was like, man, what a combination of voices that song was. So yeah, that absolutely, as of right now, that's in my top 10 again. So because top 10 list is over for that one. This next
It's over.
it's right up there.
We'll have to do one every season. Like, here's our summer playlist of the Monkees. Here's our fall.
Daily list, daily night.
Yeah. Yep. Very good.
Yeah, but that's a good song. Good choice for number one. Good choice. Yeah.
For you too. I'm glad that you had a headquarters song on there. And I'm sure that the Monkees would be happy too because they fought for headquarters for so long.
Yeah.
But no, we'll end it there. Again, Giggens, thank you for doing this. This was great. I love doing this. I love talking about the Monkees and letting people know that the Monkees are a lot more than just a TV band.
Absolutely.
So I'll leave all of Giggens' information below. Again, go check him out. He's always got content coming up. He's always collaborating with people. Follow him on social media. He's everywhere. Yeah, I appreciate you doing this. Everybody, be good, and we will see you on the next one.
See you guys. Thanks, Sam.